It's fall, y'all, and fall in North Georgia brings beautiful colors to the leaves on the trees, as well as magical showers of fluttering foliage falling to the floor of the forest and to the ground in your yard. Not only is fall a beautiful season, it provides a valuable resource for your garden or homestead if you know how to use it. So today I'm going to show you how to turn fall leaves into a wonderful fertilizer for your garden next spring. Every fall, when the leaves start to cover the yard, I see an opportunity. Rather than bagging them up or burning them, I turn these leaves into valuable compost for my garden. It's a simple process, but it makes a big impact. I start by using my riding lawnmower to chop up the leaves where they have fallen. This not only gathers them up into piles, but it also mixes in a good amount of grass clippings, adding nitrogen, a key ingredient for composting. Plus, chopping the leaves into smaller pieces helps them to break down faster. Now, some may ask, why do you even need to get up the leaves in your yard? Why not just leave them on the lawn? Well, you can. Leaving leaves on your lawn isn't necessarily a problem if they're spread out and thin enough to allow air and light to reach the grass. But if the leaves pile up too thickly, they can smother the grass, leading to patchy or weakened spots, especially if the leaves stay wet. As you can see in my yard, the leaves pile up too thick, and this is going to cause problems if I don't do something. If you prefer to leave some of the leaves on the lawn, a good compromise is to mow over them to chop them up more finely. This creates a natural mulch in your lawn that decomposes quickly, releasing nutrients into the soil without blocking the light or airflow to your lawn. Plus, finely chopped leaves feeds beneficial microorganisms and earthworms, promoting a healthier lawn and a healthier ecosystem. But if you're a gardener, don't miss the opportunity to glean a valuable compost resource. Even if you decide to cut up most of your leaves and leave them in the grass, I would encourage you to at least collect some and make a moderate pile somewhere out of the way on your property. And these will decompose pretty much on their own, and the resulting nutritious compost will be there waiting to be used next spring for whatever use you find for it. I have a spot out of sight behind a shed where I keep my leaves. Once the leaves are in piles, they can start breaking down right where they are. Now, if you're in a hurry to speed up the process, adding green materials like kitchen scraps, grass clippings, or a sprinkle of nitrogen fertilizer gives the pile a helpful boost. I put my pile where it will get plenty of rain, which keeps it moist enough to decompose naturally. But if you're in a drier climate or if your leaves are under a shelter, watering the pile now and then can help maintain the breakdown process. Another idea is to put the leaves in with your livestock and let them help break them down. You could put your leaves in your chicken run or in a chicken coop or in a goat pen, and the animals will scratch around and walk on it and stomp on it and fertilize it in the natural way. And soon you'll have a really rich organic compost. I'll admit I'm pretty relaxed with my composting. I let nature take its course, and the pile eventually turns into a rich compost pretty much all on its own. And it's nice having extra compost on hand when I need it. Like last year when my truck broke down and I couldn't haul in a truckload of garden soil, this leaf mulch kept my beds and containers going strong until my truck was back up and running and I could go pick up some fresh garden soil. This mulch can also go straight onto garden beds where it will decompose over the winter, adding organic material and protecting plants like strawberries, onions, and garlic. It holds in warmth, keeps the soil moist, and even shades out pesky weeds, which is always good to help keep the weeds down. You know, Job 12:7-8 says, "Just ask the animals and they will teach you. Ask the birds of the sky and they will tell you. Speak to the earth and it will instruct you. Let the fish in the sea speak to you." And in this verse, we are reminded that God holds the life of every creature and the breath of all mankind in his hands. There's wisdom embedded in God's creation, and nature itself teaches us lessons about life, resilience, and renewal. When we watch how the fallen leaves decompose, turning back into rich soil, we see the cycle of life that speaks of God's power to take what seems like waste and transform it into something valuable. Composting leaves isn't just a gardening trick, it's a way to witness this transformation and to participate in it. By composting, we're aligning ourselves with God's natural order, where nothing is wasted and everything has a purpose. This process invites us to reflect on how God uses every part of our lives, even the parts that we might want to discard, to bring something new and good. Just like the leaves nourish the soil, God can use all things in our lives, even our challenges, to enrich and grow us for His purposes. So let's learn from creation, trusting that in God's hands, nothing is ever truly wasted. With a little patience and planning, these leaves become a valuable resource for my garden and homestead. Instead of being a waste, they're turned into life-giving compost. And in a way, it's a small reflection of the promise in God's creation, that even what falls to the ground has a purpose and can bring new life. Thanks for watching, friends. Now let's get out there and let's grow and be fruitful.